We're lucky the ambulance made it in time. But we've been forced into a recess for now, while things get straightened out. I can't believe what just happened.
Tell me about it. Do you think Garan put that guard up to it?
If she did, she's gonna regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch.
Oh no, Rafa.
Poor Queen Amara.
Hey, Rafa, just so you know, if you hadn't stopped the verdict, Amara would never have been shot.
But she would have been imprisoned.
True, but she wouldn't have been shot and killed like that. Or, well, Amara's not dead yet.
Your benevolence, any news on her condition? She is undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They are giving her a 50-50 chance of survival, though. Dakaran, justice will be served. Why? Why did this happen? Just as we have finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara.
Reunited? You weren't born when she died.
So to speak. What was that about being reunited? Huh. Oh, it's nothing.
Did Rafa know?
La-di-da-di-da. Right. How are you, Hornhead? Dirk said Maddie was your father-in-all, but blood after all. Thank you for your concern, your benevolence. But I'm fine. Right now, we still have a trial to see through. So, that's what I'm going to stay focused on. Hornhead, you are sturdier than your stature lets on.
Also, I just realized this is the most amount of deaths in a singular chapter of Ace Attorney ever.
Yep. 2 for sure. 1 potential one. Yeah.
3 for sure dead.
Why, who's the third?
Dr. Buff.
Oh.
Dr. Buff, Dirk, and Inga. It may have been a while, but Buff was in chapter 5.
You counting that?
It's still chapter 5.
True. I suppose we can count Jove because he's technically going to be involved too.
Yeah, but Jove's death has not been really tied to this case yet, even though like it still needs to be talked about. Dirk, that was a real shocker, all right. Can't believe the dragon is dead.
That's.
Say, AJ, I was wondering, when Dirk disappeared after our freedom, just because Amara turned back into herself, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. But I don't know if it was because Dirk's spirit willed it, or if it was part of Garan or Amara's plan.
Man, our dream of revolution. Now what are we gonna do? Is this it?
Don't give up yet. There's a very good chance that Garan is the real culprit in all this. And if we can prove her guilt in court.
If we can prove her guilt, because she's just gonna be like, I'm the queen. I decree the queen can do no crime. Hey, you're right. That could be just the punch we need. The dream lives on.
Yes, it does.
You know what that means, AJ? The fate of revolution rests squarely on your shoulders.
All in a day's work. Who am I kidding? That's a ton of pressure. But this is what Dirk gave his life for, so I have to do this for him. The Honorable Rebel Dirk Sadmati. I would have loved to have spoken with him while he was yet lived. Really? Why not? I mean, he seemed like quite an interesting man. Did she bump her head or something earlier? The trial is about to resume. The defense is to report to the courtroom at once. Already? Already? After what just happened?
The first thing Garan will do is respond to the last accusation. So you'd better stay on your toes, Apollo.
I will, Mr. Wright. Ready or not, Garan, here comes justice.
Did you notice it,
Now
Earl?
then. What?
Did you notice it?
Not in that split second, no.
Nayuta's gone. He's not. He wasn't.
I expected that. He would be too distressed to continue, and you know. Now then, let us resume today's proceedings. Huh. Where's Nayuta?
I must apologize. I never imagined a world guardsman would do such a thing.
What? He wasn't acting under your orders? How dare you cast such suspicions upon her eminence?
We just accused her of murder a little bit ago. Like, this is nothing. It's quite all right, Your Majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. But rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans.
I don't believe that for a second.
Now then, Your Majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility.
A new possibility, you say?
Indeed, for during the break, the real killer confessed to me.
She's gonna say it's Amara?
No, it can't be. Amara has an alibi, so it's someone different. Who is going to confess? Don't tell me Rafe is going to try to take it.
I can't see that. One of the guards could be a decoy too.
Is it really just going to be one of the random guards?
Well, only one way to find out, unless she's blaming Nayuta.
Oh gosh, if Nayuta tries to claim to kill, oh no.
Save his mom, right? What?
Bailiff calls a witness to the stand. The real killer confessed? What she got up her sleeve this time?
I have a really bad feeling about this.
No!
It's him.
Nayuta, no!
Phoenix's face says it all. He's the one who confessed. Prosecutor Sadmati, you're the real killer?
I questioned him during the recess, as I felt that Amar had been covering for someone. So it was that he finally confessed to his crime to me.
Nayuta, you didn't really do it, did you?
Her Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Minister Inga. No. No. No.
We know it's a no. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt it's a no. Now, Utah. Peace. Prosecutor Satmari. Are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed.
Yes, I am certain. For I killed him by my own hand. No, you didn't. At last, the real killer has been revealed. What's your alibi, Garan? Your alibi is out the window. We don't know where you were. Where were you? How are you supposed to respond to this?
Nyota, retract your confession. Now.
Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination.
Who cares about that? Admit it. It was Queen Garan who put you up to this. She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she?
You were out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint.
But...
Or do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder?
That is... What do you think you're doing, you idiot?
Truly, the truth can set us free. Looks like Garan got to him somehow. I definitely didn't see this coming.
Nyota, why were you doing this? Was he on the conversation with Garan? That would certainly place him innocent. Because the seance vision and that and this are at the same time. And he's not big enough to fit in the hole.
Well, that would mean... You're referring to the phone call Inga had, right?
Yes.
Not Garan, because Garan, we don't know who was talking to anyone.
Oh, yeah.
So that would mean the Utah was in the bazaar in the time all of this was happening.
Yeah.
But we have no proof of who Inga was talking to or anything.
Unless Emma Sky claims she's with him. Whatever the case may be. Prosecutor Sadmari, your testimony, please. Swing.
I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of Karai. I consider it divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply covering for me. I am ashamed to let her go so far for my sake.
How would he know that he's planning to get the monarch? You do understand what you're doing, right, Nayuta? You're sentencing yourself to death if you're found guilty.
If that is the court's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law above all else.
The law, Nayuta, or the queen?
Objection!
Enough. This blather has nothing to do with the witness's testimony.
Please address any issues you may have during the cross-examination. Defense. Oh, I will. I'm going to blow his problematic testimony to smithereens.
Boom.
Hold it!
It's not too late. You can still retract your confession before the verdict is rendered.
There is no retracting the truth. One either tells it or does not tell it. It is that simple.
Ah. Why do you always have to be so stubborn, Nayuta? I hate how you never listen to reason once you get like this.
I think we'll need some evidence before we can get him to retract his confession. Either that, or we'll have to force a retraction out of him by appealing to what's in his heart.
It's not gonna be easy either way. Prosecutor said, Maddie, what was the motive for your crime?
I had reason enough to kill Minister Inga.
Hold it!
What do you mean by that?
Minister Inga was planning to assassinate Her Eminence in a coup d'etat. I had to nip this evil in the bud, even if it cost me the purity of my soul.
So you're saying the death of another is a reasonable price to pay to protect the queen?
Long have we remained independent under the authority of our spirit medium queens. We command the people's awe and respect with the power to commune with the dead. Without such a monarch, our kingdom would not lose its standing in the world.
But if spirit channeling is so important, why do you have Queen Amara perform the rite?
I'm afraid my elder sister is quite capricious. She would fulfill her duty only when the desire struck, as erratic as it was. It was therefore something she did on a whim. There was no meaning behind it. A meaningless whim?
Hard to press a statement like that.
Now, if I may return to my testimony.
Hold it!
Divine judgment.
Yes, I render judgment upon the minister on behalf of the Holy Mother.
Are you saying the Holy Mother guided you?
No, Her Holiness would never condone killing in her name, regardless of the circumstances. As such, I believe my defiled soul will be damned to hell. But I do not regret what I've done. I'm willing to sacrifice my soul to protect his kingdom's future.
Snap out of it already, Nayuta.
So his motive comes from a place of faith, huh? Why does this sound completely credible when it's coming from him?
Well, Amara expressed a similar motive.
As for her mercifulness, she is truly deserving of her title.
Hold it!
So you killed Minister Inga, and Queen Amara staged the crime? Is that how it went?
Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all the guilt upon herself.
Yet another lie. I need to poke a hole in his testimony, but how? Right there. Could it be that you...
I don't think he knew.
He had no clue. You didn't realize that Anna was actually Queen Amara, your own mother?
That is not as strange as you might think. Much time has passed since we last met, after all.
Right. 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved you after the supposed assassination attempt?
No, Mr. Justice. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother. Wait, then who's the baby?
I was right, sucker!
Well, no, 15 years ago, Rafe is not born yet.
No, but it takes 9 months to make a baby. Couple of tries here and there, you know.
No, but...
It makes sense. That's Rafa's baby picture. Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that?
I remember it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time.
Nayuta, please add that last statement to your testimony.
I
I was right!
Oh no.
Not his mother.
Objection!
You're saying that Dirk made off with Queen Amara 15 years ago. But that's strange because I heard something very different from Dirk. She said that they ran off together 23 years ago.
That is impossible. I know for a fact it was 15 years ago.
Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? Dirk said it was taken 23 years ago.
He said that?
He did, but if we take what you just said as fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make any sense. This isn't making any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What does not make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old? The baby!
Take that!
Nada, this discrepancy may not be directly related to the case, but I don't think we can simply overlook it either. Dirk said that the baby in the photo was you. But that doesn't make any sense if the photo's only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then, right? He's definitely sweating bullets over there over something.
Apollo, the baby isn't Nayuta.
Wait, you don't think... Did Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run?
What? Mm-mm.
And just what if that child were being held hostage? Nayuta, is that why you obey Queen Garon's every command?
So he has a little sister, but he doesn't know who it is. Did he
It's
kn-
Rafa. It's totally Rafa. What if I was right about that ink theory I was talking about where they just colored her hair black constantly and Nana was able to do that?
You presume too much.
And that's why Queen Amara was trying to take that rap as well. To protect this other child.
A child born 15 years ago. There would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 years old now. My
My galaxy brain. I didn't know how it was gonna come together, but I had a hunch. I was drawing that family tree. Look at that shit.
Just read your lines.
But I believe I know someone who fits the bill. This also explains the strange behavior. This is the child who was born to Dirk and Queen Amara 15 years ago. All those strange statements she kept making, now they all make sense. Prosecutor said, Maddie, may I ask you something?
So that's what Garon told her. You're
Yeah.
not actually my child. That's why she couldn't accept Amara's verdict.
Now I see, Nayuta, why you do what you're told. The other child born to Dirk and Queen Amara was...
Hold it, Mr. Justice. I believe I know what you're about to say, but I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as the child of terrible sinners.
I thought you might try to stop me. After all, simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect. I think this should make it clear what I'm talking about. This is the chink in your armor, the reason why you fear for your sibling's reputation.
Is it Is it this? Because there's a
No,
revolution?
No, it's the one about the parent and the traitor statement. Right
There
here.
it is. She would be condemned out of royalty.
Take that!
And that is...
A file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. Of particular note right now is what's written here. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either. If she were revealed to be Dirk's daughter. You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Garan, but at some point you came to serve the very regime you despised. And this was because the Queen found this chink in your armor. That's how she came to use your sister against you. Nayuta, have you been keeping the secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me?
You are an innocent party to all this. I live only to safeguard the law and to serve the country and the queen for which it flows. One such as you, who is destined to ascend to the throne, need not fret over one such as I.
No, I cannot accept that. What you say is, it's malarkey. Don't you even care what happens to you?
For country, queen, law, and everyone's future. My personal feelings are of no consequence. That is why I resigned myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts of change. Spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot. I shall continue to rule Khura'in until the day Rafa succeeds me. For that is what's best for our kingdom. I know, Your Eminence. Yours is no small sacrifice. But I promise you this, in exchange for your life. The child shall remain safe, and the kingdom shall prosper. That is all I can ask for with my meager existence.
Nayuta, is this really the new you? Resigning yourself to the will of another, killing any hope you have for the future. No. The Nayuta I knew would never let himself be turned into this.
Now, Your Majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
Objection!
can say you're simply accepting your fate, Nayota. But I know that deep down there is still hope in your heart.
Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me.
It's the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times. And it's what binds you, me and Dirk, together as a family. I know, because this has demonstrated me that you haven't lost all hope yet. He hasn't.
Take that!
His.
When you interrogated Dirk, you confiscated all of his possessions as potential evidence. All except this. So tell me, Nayuta, why didn't you take this badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. Because this badge means something special to us. Hey, Dirk. Why do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right?
Yeah, we know. We've been through it.
You may say you've given up. But that's not how it really is it? You never gave up, and you never will, because you still believe that all the wrongs will be righted someday, don't you?
You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me.
Save you?
Yes, save me. Like he did on that day. Someday, he would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps deep down, that is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father.
Nayuta.
However,
I knew you.
it was but a dream. And now that dream has died. Murdered along with Dirk. And now the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please try to understand, Apollo. I understand why I shall bear all this sin. It is the only way. It's not the only way, Nagita.
Such insolence!
You have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering? The imbuity of his duty? It is time to accept defeat.
Ah,
Now watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will.
yes, Your Eminence.
Objection!
Wait a second. What do I do? Does the defense wish to raise an objection?
Yes.
There's gotta be some way to save Nayuta.
Apollo. It all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It branded him the son of the killer. So if we could
once again prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Amara.
Right. The Yuta and Rafa's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal.
But I thought there wasn't any evidence left. Because it was all destroyed in a fire.
Seance Jove. Seance Jove.
And Dirk investigated the matter for years, but never managed to learn anything new.
Really? Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades, Apollo.
Huh? He's right. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something. He must have secretly plotted to find something to topple Garan was somewhere.
It's a photo. The photo. Take another look at the evidence. You just might find what we need to break out of the situation when it's in there.
Got it. The defense is done stalling for time. I shall now render my verdict. No, wait. About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defense has some new information it would like to share. You do? Well, we had intended to deliberate that case in the course of this trial. Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here? Very well, then. What is the source of your new information about the case of 23 years ago?
Okay.
The orb, for sure.
Well, no. I think it's one of two things. It's either going to be this photo, or it's going to be the file. Because this is all the information he gathered on the case, and
True.
And one of the pages, a divination seance couldn't be performed because they didn't know his real name at the time, but now we know his real name, so we can perform the divination seance.
We know Jove's real name?
Yeah, it's
Where?
Jove Justice. Because they were saying, like, I don't know if it was left actually in here, but they only knew him by his stage name, and which I think was Jammin' Justice.
Yeah.
But like
JJ, right?
Yeah.
And we finally got it when he came to USA.
But we're talking about the fire 23 years ago, so the Founder's Orb's not relevant.
Take that!
But we do have Rafa here. A photograph? Yes. Do you recall the traveling musician who died in the fire 23 years ago? How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in the blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. We never knew his identity, though, and his belongings were burnt to ashes. Well, about that, the truth is, he was my biological father. Oh?
What? Why, of course. With his photo and her benevolence.
Exactly. We might be able to prove Dirk completely innocent. And that would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Karine, we can witness the final memories of the dead. Seance time.
What utter
Seance.
nonsense!
Seances are like my second favorite thing.
There was no evidence left in the wake of that blaze.
That's what you think. But Dirk went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for him.
He did?
Yep. And boy, it's the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it, we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court. And save his children. Your Majesty, The defense requests that we hold a divination seance for this new victim.
Objection!
What a waste of time. The events of 23 years past have already been deliberated at length.
Objection!
But wasn't Dirk on trial for that incident as well today? So we wouldn't be able to doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, would we? As a presiding judge, I will now share my thoughts on the matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amara is a case we can ill afford to leave open. And I believe that the final memories of the victim will prove to be very important. Therefore, it's the opinion of this court that we should conduct another divination seance.
If Garan shows up in this seance and she's holding a lighter, oh boy.
Even better, I think Jove will be helping Amara out.
What if Jove
Because-
started the fire?
Unlikely.
That would be weird, but like,
I think we can tie all the evidence to her because she benefited the most, right? She gets queendom and everything like that. Maybe Amara loses their memories and all the recovery, smoke inhalation, and you have our boy Jove literally burning alive.
why you?
Your benevolence. If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right? Of course! Leave it to me! Thank you. My father's full name is... Jove Justice. All right. Let's hope it works. Here we go. Your benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you are ready.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
So, what plot twisting thing are we going to see here?
Hello and welcome to the Ice Kingdom.
Carol, thank you for the follow.
Please enjoy your stay.
Nice timing. Welcome to the kingdom of Shiro.
So this is probably the last time we'll see this.
DLC case, right?
I don't know if the DLC case might not even take place in Karine.
Who knows? Maybe she's visiting. By default, you know it's going to be the hardest seance.
Not necessarily.
Well, it's a full part, man.
He's holding Apollo.
Wait, we have a reflection. We have a reflection. We have... Oh, he's free.
He was holding
He
Apollo.
has the book. The spirit of the victim has granted us a window into his final moments. He has the book. The law book in our evidence right there. Go check. Like, evidence. He has the... Furthest right. That book right there. I think he has... Not that one. One more up. Not that one.
Oh, this...
To the right. I think he has that for some reason or something like that.
That wouldn't make any sense.
But it looks... It's the same hue or tint.
Well,
right?
We'll see. Well, we gotta see though.
We have that. We have a reflection in a piece of glass that might reflect someone's face. And I think we might have something of... we might actually see a bit of it, but damn, that's kind of weird to look at, man. Shitty way to go.
So, also, he didn't die because of the fire. He died because of something else.
Yep.
He got
stabbed in the back.
Stabbed in the back, just like Inga.
Okay, let's do this. But keep an eye out for that. There is a book that color. It would appear the divination seance was a success. That'd be hard to watch. Mind you, Rafer probably just had that difficulty as well. But he died before the fire even went in, right? So
No, the fire was burning.
Yeah.
The fire was burning
But
because
it
it was
was-
he felt hot. He felt hot.
True. All right, let's do this. But he looked at the floor. The floor wasn't on fire. Doesn't mean the floor isn't heated
No,
up.
he looked down at Apollo.
Yeah, but when he fell to the floor wasn't on fire, right? You could still be hot in a burning building because of the heat rising. So those were my father's final moments.
That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo.
I will now decipher the experience of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead? Yes, please proceed. Very well. Here are my interpretations of the facts as gleaned from the Seance vision. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly, he perished in the attempt. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. My father's final memories. They're right here for everyone to see, but... can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago? Okay, can you pause at the reflection? So she's chilling at the table there.
No, she's unconscious.
Yeah, chilling, you know what I mean? Like, not obviously chilling, but she's out. So there's a whole bunch of stuff there. It looks like she has a cup in her hand, like tea.
Yeah, because I think they had said previously she was drugged into sleep.
Uh-huh. What about the... pause? Oh, go back.
What?
So can you go back a little? This may be a very weird nitpick, but does the chair and the chair of Inga have any similarities, in a sense?
I don't know if that will matter.
It's weird. There's a butterfly on the back of the chair. Okay, keep going. See the baby. Was knocked out, so he got dinged in the head.
Well, knocked out would just mean he would have blacked out here.
Yeah.
At least that's what I think.
Him and the baby drops.
So, yeah, we
He
do
was
see
holding onto something.
there's a hand in the reflection there wearing a glove.
It dropped something. No, go back a couple frames. It like tossed something.
Yeah, it dropped the light. They dropped the lighter.
Boom, fire.
No, the fire's not burning.
Oh wait, the lighter's not on. Then that means its handprints don't matter. Because it's not the source.
Look at the hand in the top. It's wearing a glove, so it does. Whoever's using it won't leave fingerprints.
True.
I think we'll do this, and we might be able to point out the hand in the reflection.
Yeah. We can do fingerprints and glove. That's one way to do it. Might be too soon for it, but...
Objection!
Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter that was found at the crime scene. However, the hand holding the lighter in the seance vision appears to be gloved. Ah, I believe you are right. What could this mean? It calls into question whether the hand in the vision really was Dirk's. If only we could make out the details a little better. Very well, I will attempt to focus a bit more on what the deceased saw. Perhaps that will help refine the seance vision.
It's Inga.
It's Inga?
That's remember Inga had those things on his arm.
He does. Does seem that there was a glove on that hand. Still, what significance could that have? Means that Dirk's fingerprints got on the lighter at some other time. Somebody could have even put them there after the fire.
Objection!
All you have is pure speculation, while the facts remain that they are his fingerprints. Therefore, it stands to reason that Dirk was the one who used the lighter.
Objection!
Nope.
It just means I have to prove that the figure in the vision is someone else. Using the information in my father's final memories. Either way, it seems I must revise my insights. Wait. It could definitely be Inga.
It's like, look at those sleeves.
You think? Wait. There's no picture of Amara.
Earl, just look at those sleeves. Tell me that is not what we just saw.
Okay, go back. I memorized the pattern, but I'm seeing like diamonds on the side of it. It looks like a fancy watch or something.
Well, Amara didn't have any of those.
Yeah, she's fine.
See? Not even there.
Bangles when she's impersonating her.
And Dirk's sleeves are different.
Yeah. Okay. Well, go and present it. Save before you do. Time to go over them and see if there are any new inconsistencies to be found.
I think we can do this again on here.
Okay.
Because we know that sleeve. We can point exactly to who it is.
All right.
Objection!
Wait, then this means that the real culprit is... The figure in this vision is clearly not Dirk. The distinctive band around their wrist gives their true identity away. Ah, why is she acting surprised? That design, it can't be.
No, she's. It's not surprising. It's shock. She's
Yeah.
shocked because once Apollo pointed that out, she's like, "Wait a minute, I know that. I know that design."
This will prove just whose hand was captured in the seance.
Take that!
That photo. So you do believe the culprit to be... Justice Minister Inga had cuffs with the exact same pattern on them. Wait, stop. If those are given to the Justice Minister, it's not Inga, who was the previous Justice Minister before the incident.
Oh no. I mean, anyone can put them on, technically.
True. But only one person was Justice Minister before it.
Oh, yours.
Oh, you can go back. Hold on. You're referring to the cuffs of justice, correct? Yeah, I hear they're a traditional part of Kureni's Justice Minister's attire. But what does that tell us? It tells us that the figure in the vision is none other than Kureni's late Minister of Justice. Inga Karkul Kuran. I don't think he's right. No. Not my father. So we plotted the assassination of the former queen, as well as the current one?
Hold it. Oh, hold it.
Nayuta! He realized...
What you've proposed is not possible, Apollo. For back then, Inga Kuraku Kuran was not the Minister of Justice.
What?
The Justice Minister 23 years ago was.
See, I was
Oh
right.
wait, yeah, no, it wasn't Dirk. It was her.
Yeah.
I was mixed up. I thought it was like, oh, it was Dirk. It's like we're gonna have to work around that again. No, it
No,
was her. I forgot about that. It was her.
She's totally said that earlier.
I forgot about that. I was thinking it was Dirk for a moment. Well, you, Queen Garan.
What?
Right. She served as the Minister of Justice before succeeding to the throne. I guess she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as one.
So then, the figure in this vision is actually...
Your Eminence. It's you, isn't it?
This is madness. Why would Her Eminence do such a thing?
Because she would ascend to the throne.
She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara. That's why she tried to assassinate her? I find this all very hard to swallow.
Your Eminence, are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart?
And it was you who killed my father? Well, Your Eminence, I'm asking you a question.
Such insolence!
Peasants. Always carrying on about things of no import. You don't deny it, then. You concealed the truth and used me for your own designs. Oh, Nayuta, spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Even if Dirk were cleared of all charges. It shall still be I who decide Rafa's fate. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Remember, the child lives only by my good graces. Now kneel before me and fulfill your end as a bargain by offering me your head.
This music.
Refuse her, Nayuta. Refuse it. Your Eminence. I am done heeding your commands. Let's go, Nayuta!
About time.
Even as you used my sister against me, I still believed you. I believed that protecting your secret was in the best interests of this kingdom. But you have been deceiving me all the while.
Nayuta.
Nayuta, you dare defy me? Your Eminence, I can turn the other cheek no more. I can turn the cheek no more. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga.
Retract, you say? Jerk, final piece of evidence you left behind has released Nayuta from his suffering. And now, he's finally freed.
His mark is a dragon! It's behind that, isn't it? In all this time, I did not once reflect on my own conduct, for I believed all was fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, I was unable to wake from my despair. But you, Apollo, you have awakened me with your demonstration of our father's creed. Let's go!
Dragon never yields.
I will carry on Dirk's legacy and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Garan. I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution. Let's go! Insolent fool! Now you even prattle on about revolution? Would you look at that? Well, Apollo, seems we're finally making some headway down the road that Dirk carved out for us.
Yeah. Now, if we could just prove Garon's guilt, we could continue on down the road towards revolution Dirk dreamed of. Your Eminence, you have been accused of the crime committed 23 years ago. Would you like to say anything in your defense?
Not so fast, your majesty. For the cuffs have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything.
Why, I believe you're right. Ah, but we know she's guilty.
Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you have to refute me?
Unfortunately, this photo was the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me. So far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding the case of the past. However, now that Prosecutor Sadmati has retracted his confession, we'll have to re-deliberate the current case from scratch.
Yes, the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is.
Queen Garan, the defense accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karko-Karayan.
And of Jove Justice.
But do you have any evidence, defense? Evidence that will prove Garan was the killer?
There is still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice.
There is.
Minister Inga's final memories. In them, the minister's killer posed as Dirk. Therefore, one must ask, how did the killer dispose of his disguise?
Burning it.
They put
Hey,
it.
you're right.
They put it back on Dirk. Or what? Well, there has to. Was there a second set of clothes somewhere?
No, he'd have to give it to Dirk. It's
Wait,
in the-
no.
Look at Dirk's
Amara.
photo.
Amara was wearing it
True.
because that's the only place it could have gone. Is Amara wore it out
She posed as Amara.
because Amara had to be wearing Dirk's clothes when she
Yeah.
channeled him. So that would mean they were on the seance Dirk.
Yeah. So what do you think she left? A lot of blood would have splattered onto the killer. So the blood-soaked clothes would have had to been dealt with somehow. If they're still around somewhere, then.
Objection!
I was wondering what absurd idea you would concoct next. Clothing can be disposed of most anywhere. I doubt you could find them now.
Objection!
Then you don't know us very well. Your benevolence.
Yes?
On the day of your father's murder, you'd been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. Now, during that time, you saw Queen Garon, did you not?
Yes, I did. I saw my mother entering the palace in the courtyard. But I was told not to mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder.
Aha! She was seen at the scene. Rafa! You would not dare. When the queen headed into the palace, she did have Dirk's clothes in her possession.
No. No, she did not. So maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard.
Objection!
The police did a thorough sweep of the area following the crime, but they did not find anything resembling Dirk's clothes. But you knew that already, didn't you, prosecutor? Yes. I admit no clothing was found. So you admit that you were merely speculating, chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed.
This makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that.
So maybe Garon really what? Oh wait, we need to go back to that seance vision. If the outfit Garon is posing with has 3 bullet holes, that proves it's the clothes Dirk was already wearing when he was killed.
Yeah.
And then she just has to put him back on Dirk.
But the photo, look at the photo right now. I don't think it has the 3 full bullet
Because
holes
it's a different it's a different outfit there.
Yeah.
There's 2 sets of outfits. The one Amara was wearing and the one Garon had to be wearing. I think the
Yeah.
one Garon had to be wearing was the one from here. All we have to
No
do
bullet holes.
is the bullet holes are probably like covered up a bit by the blood.
No, they would be very visible from there, trust me. They would be shown. Like no fabric tears whatsoever if you're looking at the seams. And even then there would have to be exit gunshot wounds on the back. So the clothes went somewhere. Now they could have burned up and that button might have had something to do with it. Right, because it has the suit. So something was definitely burned.
Somewhere she thought they'd never be found.
Where they'd never be found, huh? I believe Dirk's clothes were hidden here.
In the tomb, right?
Yeah, because they would... Well, they searched the tomb left and right. right? Only except the
But
coffin.
if they're in a sarcophagus with Dirk, that's the most logical spot, right?
But then Sky would have found 2 pairs.
Not if it's the ones he's wearing now are the ones that
True.
are the ones.
All right, run it. We'll see what we're going through here.
Take that!
The tomb? You believe the clothing was hidden there? Yeah, it's the only place it can be. Where in the tomb do you believe the clothes were hidden? So you're saying the same set?
I think in order to pose as Dirk, Garan took his clothes off of him, and then when she was done, she put them back on him.
Yeah.
Take that!
Of course, that makes perfect sense. I think it's bullshit because I'm not seeing entrance gun wounds. Clothes weren't simply hidden, they were just returned to where they belonged.
Ugh.
And by that you mean... the killer would have had to get Dirk's clothes from somewhere. Luckily, they were right there.
Yes, of course. At the time of the minister's murder, Dirk's body was already in the sarcophagus.
Did she touch the pendant?
Oh, she would have touched the pendant? Also, why is the pendant exposed, too? That's the other thing.
Mm-hmm. And she would have had to put on the eye patch.
So the killer would have borrowed his clothes.
Right, before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on Dirk's clothes. And then hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, Dirk's clothes were returned to his body.
Objection!
So what? This is all still speculation. We know not whether these clothes were actually used in the murder. Therefore, you cannot prove that they are somehow connected to this case.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong, but I believe you already knew that. These clothes were definitely used during the minister's murder because of this.
Wait, is that a fingerprint there?
I think it's either it's not fully on the arm.
Or is it the eye patch?
Is the eye patch on the wrong eye?
No, the eye patch is on the right eye, the correct eye, but it's just she would have touched it.
I would say the blood on the outside of the left shirt.
You think this?
Because it was rubbed during it, right?
Oh yeah, why there shouldn't be blood here? Why is there blood here? Because he got shot in the chest. There shouldn't be blood on this sleeve.
Yeah.
Take that!
The bloodstains on Dirk's chest are no doubt the result of being shot by the minister. However, that doesn't explain everything. There's also some blood splatter extending from his left elbow to his abdominal area. I believe this blood splatter came from...
From Inga, right? It's got to be Inga's blood.
Yeah.
If we prove that's Inga, if we can get Emma to do a test and prove that's Inga's blood, that proves these clothes were used.
Take that!
The killer wore these clothes during the murder. Then the blood splatter must have come from Minister Inga.
I had thought it was all Dirk's, but that makes sense. Only one way to be sure, though. Let's get these stains analyzed right away. Indeed, this may be conclusive evidence we need to prove the Queen's guilt.
Objection!
You cannot prove it was I who hid those clothes. They could very well be hidden by a third party.
What third party? But could they really? I think the possibility of someone other than Garan hiding his clothes
Does not exist.
No, it's just not possible. Your Eminence, I recall you saying the following.
Only people that can open it to her and
Ah,
Ugh.
that was your own testimony, word for word.
Why, you insolent.
Admit it. Only you could have hidden Dirk's clothes after they were used in the murder. And that means you're the one who killed Joseph Smith and Inga.
Insignificant worm. You dare accuse me, the ruler of Kurain. Do not think for one moment that such impudent
Objection!
I'm afraid such arguments are invalid here in the Sacred Hall, Your Eminence. Because even monarchies aren't above the law. It's the end of the line for you, Queen Garan. Time to come down from that lofty throne and face justice.
Break down, break down, break down, break down.
This isn't over. Something's up.
There's gotta be more. Me, face justice? Surely you jest. You are in no position to force my hand, lawyer.
Oh,
Surely you haven't forgotten about the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In short, should I be convicted of murdering my husband, your dear brother, who delivered false testimony in my defense, shall also be found guilty. He recanted his statement, girl. He recanted it. He didn't say it's not on term anymore. Ha ha. He said he didn't. He said it to cover you, so he's not guilty of that. Ha 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 ha.
what? That can't be. Can it? By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting a guilty party, he would certainly be judged by this court for having supported a criminal. And the Defense Culpability Act would most definitely come into play. But he was forced to do it. The law is so broad that anyone could be convicted under it. When it comes to the DC Act, even I am conflicted. And yet, as it currently stands, it is the law of the land. And as you said earlier, no one is above the law.
Of all the absurd things I've seen, this law really takes the cake.
Now what? What can we even do at this point?
You need not look so forlorn. Dirk has been cleared of all charges. So let us leave thoughts of the real killer and the revolution in the past where it belongs.
She wants us to just let her off scot-free? And yet, I don't see any other choice.
Talk to them.
We cannot yield to her here, Apollo. If it will move the revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now do it. Accuse Queen Garan of the crime she has committed.
But
Such insolence!
What you speak of is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereign. And Rafa cannot ascend to the throne, for she is yet incapable of channeling spirits. Thus, to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorist.
terrorist?
So we just ascend Maya to the throne? Maya becomes the queen? Hey, there we go.
Put Maya there for like 3-4 years.
I mean,
and then she'll come back.
technically, we got Amara, too. If you would still insist on accusing me, then as ruling sovereign of Kurain, I proclaim the following. All who imperil the crown, no matter the reason, shall be subjected to immediate execution upon the Queen's order.
What? Immediate execution?
Do you still not comprehend? Then let me be clear. For the sake of this kingdom's future, and in accordance with the laws of Quran, I command that you be put to death at once. Someone stop him!
What the? Isn't this going a bit too far?
Why is the Grand Royal Guard? They were on standby in case of an attack by foolish optimistic terrorists. Now, if you would continue to oppose me, the very embodiment of the law, then under my regal authority, you shall all be put to death.
Wouldn't she be put to death too because she killed the other person that could act as queen?
Well, no, she's above the law, so she's not. If she doesn't get found guilty, they can't do anything to her.
Objection!
Oh, come on. This is insane, even for you. You can't possibly get away with something like this. This is the court of law. You can't just order our execution without due process.
Hold it!
Now, look, Apollo. Truth and due process are certainly important. So is your life. So think before you speak again.
But...
But please, Apollo, don't make this any worse than it already is. I cannot lose you to the Twilight Realm too.
what am I supposed to do? How do I win against an opponent that can rewrite the law as she sees fit? How can I ever bring her to justice?
Return to the
really
public.
How it all ends?
If the public won't obey her anymore, she'd have to kill everyone in the country. And that would just ruin everything she has. Like, what's the point of ruling a country if you have no people to rule? Is it your life or your accusation, lawyer? You cannot hope for both. It's time to cease this insanity.
What do I do? Should I accuse Queen Garon?
The question is, does it matter?
Well, press give up.
Look, yeah. Give up.
Did I just give up? Nah, can't do that. Not now.
Illusion of choice hits once again.
That only leaves me with one choice. I know what I have to do. Mr. Wright, you know that saying you're constantly reminding me of? and thinking of?
The worst times are when the lawyer has to force their biggest smiles.
You said it.
Never failed to surprise me, Apollo.
And Nayuta, you know that creed we've ever known since we were kids? A dragon never yields.
Apollo.
They're not merely words. They are what's carried us this far. So now, it's time to honor these words and the memories of the ones who gave them to us.
I couldn't agree with you more, Apollo. Those words are more important to me than you know. And if there's any time to remember them, it's now. It would seem, Apollo, that not one, but two auspicious creatures dwell deep within you. A fierce dragon, and a virtuous phoenix that shall scatter the clouds hiding the heavens. I shall join you in the death-defying bluff.
think I finally understand what those words really mean, and the resolve they embody.
Are you smiling, even in the face of certain doom? There is no end to your defense?
Unfortunately for you, no. I won't let fear or even the law force me to abandon a pursuit of the truth. Because there's another saying in my country, the truth will set you free.
Indeed. That is precisely what Dirk sought to do through this trial. He wished for us to break free from certain despicable spiders immobilizing silk threads. We won't be intimidated by unjust laws or give in to fear. Abandoning the truth like that is just not part of my playbook. There is only one path before us. Revolution. It's time to make Dirk's dream a reality. The time to make Dirk's dream a reality is upon us.
Your Eminence, if you are the law here in Karine, then your very existence is wrong.
Does your desperate bleeding know no end? I know it's a little bit late to ask, but what's the plan?
Well, if Garon's going to execute us on the spot under the Defense Culpability Act, and the law itself derives its power from the authority of the Crown, then there's only one thing to do.
Remove her crown.
We dethrone her. Right here, right now.
Alright, but how? It's not like we have a lot of time to come up with a way to do it either. Oh! Oh! It's time! It's time!
Yep.
Maya, get out here! Maya, get in here! Doubt she'll allow you to perform another cross-examination while we think.
Don't worry, I'll come up with something. We'll be fine. We can't give up, not now. We have to keep fighting to the end. Will she not know the name of the founder?
We tell her, like, if she doesn't back off, if she doesn't relinquish the crown, we will never give up the Founder's Orb. The Founder's Orb is her Achilles heel. She wants it, but if she can't have it, oh. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Jinx. If I accuse Garan, Nayuta will be subject to the Defense Culpability Act.
And all let's see. I think he's gonna. Do we go into the fact that Rafa technically would be too, and then there's no successor to the crown, so that would end the crown right there.
Mm-hmm. Which means he will be put to death in accordance with the law. So if the only way out of this is to dethrone Garan right now, could this be the key to dethroning Garan?
I feel
Maya's
like
channeling ability is pretty good too. Founding Orb. Dirk was convinced that the orb is key to the revolution, and Karai's future. In light of Garon's deception with the orb, it makes a large amount of sense. She probably doesn't want anyone using it to gain spiritual power and rights to the throne. Inga definitely tried to do just that. That's where it starts to fall apart. Inga couldn't have channeled the Founder, even after abducting Miss Faye, after all.
I don't think he knew the Founder's name.
He didn't have a clue. The name of the Founder is only known to those who become queen.
I get it. I
She
understand.
doesn't know the name.
No, that might be part of it. Garan has no spiritual power. That's why Amara did the thing.
Oh.
She has. It's exactly Morgan and Misty. The sister doesn't have the power.
Yep.
One of them doesn't have anything.
That means the only people who currently know her name are Garan and Amara. So even if someone else has the orb, they wouldn't be able to channel the founder. That begs the question, why is Garan so fixated on the orb? Okay, let's not overthink this. Garan is obsessed with the orb because she can't channel spirits. Could it be? It's hard to believe, but
All we have to do is like, hey, Garan, do you actually have spiritual power? If not, you can't be ruler, so bye.
if she wants spiritual power, does that mean Garan can't channel spirits? That would explain why she had Amara perform the rite of channeling, and every other thing. Is that why she let Amara live? To stand in for her when the time came to channel spirits? So if Garan can't channel spirits...
She would have no claim to the throne.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Garan's Defense Culpability Act was established under the Crown's authority. The law is null, but if she has no claim to the throne, then the DC Act would become null and void. No, not just the DC Act. All of the insane laws she's enacted would be swept away in one fell swoop.
Boom.
You claim the authority of the Crown. You, of all people. That's a good one.
Have you truly lost it, lawyer?
Indeed. I would have the defense explain himself at once. It's easy, Your Majesty. Why is Queen Garan so obsessed with the Founder's Orb? Why did she let Queen Amara live? And why was she having her mercifulness perform the rite of channeling in her place? The answer to these three questions point to a single conclusion. A fact that will shake this kingdom to the very core.
I still do not follow Apollo.
Your Eminence, I have just one question for you. And please be honest. You can't actually channel spirits, can you?
What? You believe the queen is not capable of communing with the dead?
The defense will explain himself at once. In Quran, the ability to channel spirits is an absolute requirement for a would-be queen. But, Your Eminence, if you were incapable of doing that, then you'd have no claim to the throne. Not only that, but every law you passed would be rendered null and void. And you, the Grand Royal Guard. You seem to be rather enamored with the Queen's supposed spiritual power. But what if she had none? What if she were just an ordinary person? A pretender to the throne? That's crazy talk. Impossible. Everyone knows only fear.
Such blasphemy. On what grounds do you make such a defamatory claim?
Queen Garan. If you think I'm just out to defame you, then prove it. Prove it using the piece of evidence you want so badly.
Take that!
Do it.
The...
All of the conditions for summoning the Founder should be in place. With the orb, we know what the Founder looks like. And as Queen, you should know the Founder's name. Now, if you would, Your Eminence, please show us the great spiritual power you bear as a Grand Priestess of Quran. Ooh, to witness her enemies' great power with our own eyes, the Holy Mother will appear before us. Oh, great miracle of miracles! Praise be, Your Eminence, may your almighty spiritual power go away.
They're just applauding behind her. She's like, oh crap, oh crap.
Not anymore.
Enough! Enough, I say! You mindless cretins!
Your Eminence? Can it be that you cannot?
No. No. I want a lawyer. Someone want it once.
You are a lawyer. Aren't you forgetting something? There aren't any lawyers left in Karine. You can thank your Defense Culpability Act for that. Your Eminence, please give us a glimpse of your magnificent spiritual power. Summon her holiness that she may guide.
Heard enough of you. Out of my sight. All of you.
If you're truly capable of channeling spirits, then get on with it already, Your Eminence.
You sneaky, underhanded wench of a lawyer.
That reminds me. You said something to this effect earlier. It is time to cease this insanity. Don't you feel stupid for saying that now?
Indeed. All of the things she said, I can think of nothing more ludicrous. Apollo. Teach this deceitful, putrid queen a lesson she won't soon forget.
Gladly, because it's really time to cease this insanity. Garan. Your reign of terror ends here.
Let's go, Apollo.
Well, this is going to be the game-breaking breakdown.
Breakdown. Very well. Demonstrating my facility as a medium.
She's gonna try.
Behold, the magnificent power to commune with the dead.
Your Eminence!
Oh, she's gonna fall into the pool at the end of this, isn't she?
Oh no.
O great spirit of the founder who dwells in the twilight realm, heed the secret convent of the orb, and appear here before us.
Oh, here it comes! I'm waiting for her just to flop right in it. Please belly flop into it.
What's wrong? Oh, Spirit of the Founder, grace us with your presence. The time is now. I beseech you, appear before us. Heed my call. Founder, please.
Is she gonna be shot on the spot?
No, wait. I was just warming up. The raid actually starts from now. Look.
Blue cheese. Prosecutor Sadmati, how is Her Eminence?
It seems she now believes that herself is the Holy Mother.
I see. But her attempt at spirit channeling failed, did it not?
Sadly, she seems unable to accept the facts. I fear it will be quite a challenge to question her later.
I understand that you killed Minister Inga in order to prevent his coup d'etat. But what of her attempt to assassinate Queen Amara 23 years ago? To become queen herself, maybe she just craved power and attention.
She likely developed a psychological complex from her inability to channel spirits. That is why she kept Queen Amara alive to perform the rite of channeling for her. In that way, it would seem as if she had great spiritual power. In short, she built a cult of personality upon fear and lies. So then, she never really intended to kill Amara, huh?
What I don't understand is why Queen Amara even listened to Quran in the first place. Especially 14 years ago before Rafa was being held hostage. Why would she keep letting the people of Quran think she was dead? Well, she kept quietly performing the rite of channeling for Quran. I think Rafa was held hostage.
My mother is a gentle soul by nature, and loves her sister dearly. So when Gran told her to hide because the Dirk was out to kill her, she believed it. What's more, she did not wish to tarnish the name of her beloved sister. That is why she acquiesced so obediently to Garan's request to keep channeling for her. Until she fled with Dirk and was told the truce, that is.
So, that's what happened.
And since Rafa was being held captive, I imagine Amara had no choice but to cover up the truce behind Inga's murder.
Yeah, living secretly as Rafa's servant, Nana. No doubt only deepened her love for her daughter. She'd do anything to keep her safe.
All the more reason to hide the painful truce from her.
Well, that was a case for the ages. Prosecutor Sadmati has been cleared of all suspicion in the murder of Minister Inga. And as has Mr. Dirk Sadmati in the assassination attempt of Queen Amara. Now then, I think it's high time I handed down my verdict on Dirk and Nayuta Sadmati. Hey.
Woot, 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 woot.
Send in the butterflies. No one there.
Nothing there.
Dirk, I hope you're watching. I proved your innocence. Nayuta's smiling again. And that revolution you've always dreamed of is finally happening. With this, may I finally say, this court is adjourned.
And now we restore this country to its glory.
Way to go, Apollo! I was on the edge of my seat with those guards storming the courtroom. That was a shocker, all right. Can't imagine anything like that happening back home. I know, right? I was ready to go on down there and teach my lesson myself. Really? I was barely able to hold her back. Hold me back? You were about to go ballistic for a while there, Athena. Yeah, well, I was thinking about helping you smack a few of them down, to be honest. Remind me never to say if you anything to deserve a Maya Athena double suplex.
You did a fine job out there today, Apollo.
Thanks for all the great advice, Mr. Wright.
Nah, it was all you. The perseverance and never say die attitude you showed was impressive. I actually learned a thing or two myself.
What? For me? That's a laugh.
There were any number of times that I wouldn't have blamed you for giving up. But you stuck it out to the end and came away triumphant. By sheer force of will. And inner strengths forged in countless trials. You overcame the most desperate and hopeless situation I've ever seen.
I don't know about all that.
I mean it. You've really come a long way, Apollo. Nothing respect. I've nothing but respect for your abilities as an attorney.
Really? Aren't you exaggerating just a little bit, Mr. Wright? You did it, Apollo. You finally won his seal of approval. But what about me, Nick? My channeling's come a long way, too. After all, I was deemed worthy enough to be used in 2 major crimes already.
Maya! Yeah, and 2 major chances for me to become someone for you to channel next.
Honestly, I couldn't have done this without the support of each and every person here. Mr. Wright, Athena, Nayuta, and of course, Dirk. I didn't expect that one. That was pretty cool, Polly.
When did you get here?
Trucy?
Trucy, what are you doing here?
Hehe, it's magic.
I'm afraid she employed the old let's stow away in Mr. Edwards' suitcase trick.
Oh, God. What?
So it certainly explained why my suitcase was so heavy. Tell me you at least noticed it was heavier than usual.
Trucy. Do you even have a passport? My magic panties are an extra-dimensional space. It's like a mini-universe in there. I could produce a passport at the drop of my hat. Right. Maybe some things in this world are better left a mystery. Hornhead, Barbhead! I am forever in your debt for what you've accomplished in this Hall of Justice. Without your presence, I may have never changed, as I have this day. It's pathetic, I know. That's where you're wrong, Your Benevolence. It was you who changed yourself. Only you could choose to defy Garan. And that decision was yours and yours alone.
That's right. All we did was present you with an opportunity. You made use of it with gusto. This victory is yours, Your Benevolence. You should be proud of yourself.
I see. So am I worthy of my title after all? I shall work to heal our kingdom so that it may know peace and prosperity once more. She sure bounced back quick. So, Your Benevolence, I take it you learned the truth of your origins? That you are the daughter of Dirk and Queen Amara? Yes, my mother, Her Eminence told me. She said it was a part of my disciplining. If you can call it that.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Sounds more like blackmail. Keep quiet or I'll tell everyone you're the daughter of a criminal.
My mother was so insufferable. Or should I say, my former mother. Sounds like there was no love lost there. But you cleared Dirk's name. My true father will no longer be known as a criminal. Therefore, I have nothing more to fear. So, what's next for the Kingdom of Khura'in? You lost your queen, so...
Her Benevolence, Princess Rafa will ascend to the throne.
Nayuta, but you can't channel spirits yet, right?
Indeed, which is why I will act as regent on her behalf. Until the day she comes into her own.
Yes, your help will be greatly appreciated, Prosecutor said. Big...
Buh.
Bruh.
Buh.
Buh. She can go on and say what I think she is. What are you looking at, you horn-headed nincompoop?
Katonk!
Ouch! In any event, I will be assisted by Nayuta and Queen Amara for the time being. Queen Amara?
She made it through.
Our country offers counsel to the rulers of neighboring kingdoms through channeling. It is a duty I intend to fulfill myself one day. But for now, I will have Queen Amara assist me in that capacity.
So then, she's going to be all right?
Yes, it seems the bullet went straight through her without doing any serious damage. That's a relief.
You did it, AJ! Thanks to you, both Dirk and you to beat the charges against them. And you got the revolution rolling to boot.
The revolution? Dirk. I guess you were right to believe in me after all.
Yes, sir. There's gonna be some major changes around here. The legal system's gonna return to its rightful state, like how Dirk always wanted. And the name of Apollo Justice will go down in Cooney's history.
Yeah, right. Oh, Nayuta, before I forget. There was something I wanted to give you before I head back home.
You wish to give me something? Oh, I know what this is gonna be.
Yep, it's...
Dirk's person.
I think you should have his last drops of blood on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. Here.
Here,
Why
right
don't
there.
you have
Here you
some
go, sir.
blood? Why don't you have some of his blood?
Take that!
This is Dirk's.
I have to get back to the States. And I know you're a prosecutor and all. But as a man that's gonna change Karine, it's only right that you have it.
To change Quran.
Yeah, in Dirk's place.
Apollo. I'm afraid I must refuse your gift.
What? Why?
There is something I would like to show you.
What's this all of a sudden?
Mr. Wright, won't you and your friends please join us? Oh, sure.
Give me some memento? I want you to look at the spiders on the wall.
Look at this photograph.
Yep. So why'd you bring us here, Nayuta?
Apollo. I want you to stay here in Karine. Oh, that makes sense. I was thinking this. I was thinking this like for a while. It's like I feel like this game's gonna end with Apollo staying in Karine.
Yeah.
Cause like it makes sense. This is where he grew up originally, and like he needs to follow in his father's footsteps and be the defense attorney to help all the people of Karine.
You think he's just gonna bounce back between here and States?
He could.
Dual citizenship? What? But why?
We have lost our queen, and our kingdom stands at a crossroads. Most of all, we will need to rebuild our entire legal system. Naturally, that includes the reintroduction of lawyers to the court.
Wait, you're not asking me to...
Yes, I want you to take over this law office. With you as a lawyer, and me as a prosecutor. We shall rebuild Kurine's legal system from the ground up.
You want me to help you rebuild a legal system? That's a lot to take in.
Apollo, I cannot do this without you. As a lawyer, you are Dirk's spiritual heir. And having studied in America, your legal knowledge will be indispensable.
This is way out of my league.
The revolution is still in its infancy. But it was Dirk's dreams to restore the legal system to its rightful state. Will you not help me realize that dream? Come on, AJ. You know it's what Dirk would have wanted. Let's do it together. You must be taken aback by my sudden request. Please give it some thought.
Of course, I'm honored that you asked. Still, I have my job back at the Right Anything Agency to consider, too.
Don't you worry about that, Apollo. Besides, this is something only you can do.
Something only I can do.
I mean, to be completely honest, our office would be a bit short on firepower without you around, but hey.
Mr. Wright.
Ace Attorney 7. We just bring a new attorney in. That's all we need to do. Whenever they decide to announce Ace Attorney 7.
Actually, I'm sorry, but I can't get on board with this. Athena? I mean,
Is she gonna stay here with Apollo?
there's still so much I want to learn from you, Apollo. That's right, I won't be the same without you. And everyone back home would be really miss you too. There's no way I can agree to this. Still, if you really wanted to stay. Yeah, Athena's right. It won't be easy, but... Athena, Trucy. Trucy is definitely family. Even though they don't know it yet.
Apparently still, Phoenix, for some reason, is not telling Apollo and Trucy they are half-siblings. I don't understand why the game is not telling them. Why do they not know? That's something they need to know. Apollo, no one but you can make this decision. Know that I will not question whatever choice you make. Our flight leaves tomorrow morning, Apollo. Think you can make your mind by then?
I'll try. Talk about a difficult decision. Should I go back to the U.S. and continue working at the Right Anything Agency? Or should I stay in Karine and help Nayuta rebuild the legal system? What's the right thing for me to do? Temple. The bus at the airport will be here any minute. I wonder where Apollo is. Do you think he decided to stay here in Karine?
I bet he was up all night thinking. This is a life-changing decision after all. Whatever he decides, I'll have to accept it.
I guess this means no more courtroom battles alongside him. Hey, guys! I'd know that booming voice anywhere. I made it. Apollo, you're here. Does that mean you're coming home with us? Well, about that. Mr. Wright.
Yes?
I've made up my mind.
Here it is. It's a moment of truth.
I still have many things I want to learn from you. But I've decided to stay in Karine. You're staying? But I feel like I have to pick up where Dirk left off. I can't let a sacrifice go to waste.
I see.
Plus, I want to teach others everything you've taught me about being a lawyer, Mr. Wright.
Apollo.
Dirk's roadmap for the future, and your teachings. I believe these two things will save the people of this kingdom from further unrest. I want to do this. No, I have to do this.
Apollo. I've never felt prouder. Yeah, 2 dragons in the courtroom. Nothing could go wrong. Nothing will go wrong. It's all going to be fine. Everything is fine. Proud to have had such an amazing attorney working under me.
But someday, I'll return to the U.S. Once the new legal system here is firmly in place, I'll be back. Scout's arm. Will we really see you again, Paulo? You bet. Not that I have any idea how long it'll be. But I promise you this, everyone. I'll keep on learning and growing, and I'll come back to the U.S. an even better lawyer. So don't you forget about me.
Of course we won't, Apollo. There will always be a spot waiting for you back at the office. In the meantime, we'll be rooting for you, so knock 'em dead.
You got it, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna miss you, Polly. But if this is it, then I'm gonna support your choice all the way. Thanks, Drusy. Good luck with your magic act. I know you'll do Troop Gramarye proud. I'll be cheering for you too, Apollo. But don't think you're the only one in the room to grow. With room to grow. The next time we meet, you probably won't even recognize me. In other words, game on. You bet, and I'm gonna win.
I'm going to miss you too, Apollo. But can't wait to see where your new adventure will take you. Well, there's our bus. I guess this is it, Apollo.
I'll never forget everything you've done for me, Mr. Wright. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Here's to seeing you back in the U.S. again someday. Until then, you know where to find me.
The legacy of those who came before us. It's handed down from parent to child. And from mentor to disciple. We must never stall or stagnate, but continue to grow and change. All that we've been taught, the beliefs and convictions that have been passed down to us, we must continue to nurture them so we, in turn, can pass them on to the next generation.
Are you really sure you're okay with him staying, boss?
Uh-huh. I always figured he'd leave the nest someday.
Oh.
Oh, I think they're almost here.
Just a little. Got it. Huh?
Thanks, Albie.
Why don't we go and check it out, AJ?
Her crowning. Aww.
Spider still included. Hey.
And we have finished the base game.
Go on, Mr. Hat. Introduce yourself. I am the amazing Mr. Hat. Nice to meet you. I wanted to take this opportunity to announce my solo debut. It seems Mr. Hat doesn't want Apollo to leave him in the test. We're fierce rivals, you know. I can't let him hog the spotlight. Huh. It's just not the same without Polly, is it? Yeah, I gotta miss him, too. I know, we should go visit him in Karine. After seeing Mr. Justice in action, I got to thinking, what can I do for Karine? Then it came to me, tourism, that's what. I'll develop Karine's tourism industry and bring in more visitors. I'll roll out a night tour centered around the Founder's Orb. Ooh, and a museum dedicated to defying dragons. Boy, the ideas just keep on coming.
Why do they make the text for these so fast that you can't really read them?
I know, right?
Like, come on, give people the opportunity to read them. I want to congratulate you on becoming a forensic investigator, Detective Sky.
Thank you. But Prosecutor Sad Matty says he has need of me. Starting tomorrow, I'll be working in Karine for a while.
Look this way. I'm sure you'll be an educational experience.
True, plus I can't let that kid show me up either. I'll see what I can do for Karine's revolution.
Well, change it since I've been helping people grow. I look forward to our next investigation upon your return.
Oh, that'll happen. How many years have you been waiting for a sequel? Oh, God.
Darn it, Fred. You're behind a secret Victoria television trick. Show's really dried up. Well, we'll be out on the street if we don't find some work soon. Maybe we'll take up Trucy's honor offer. She said she could make our debut as magicians at the anything agency. Shut up! I'm gonna show her someday on our own terms. Those same fires are up like bitter rivalry.
That's so fast to do two voices, man.
At least I did decent, right? Karine is just a child now, full of life and limited possibilities. I have faced that Dirk and my daring Sarist will not kill me. Have no fear. We'll see that Dirk's legacy is rooted again. Just for Junior here, is the secret to the man becoming a man. Behold, that's pose. Oh, it sounds like our fire says saying no more. Come on, little guy, don't be shy.
Vita in me?
Vita in me. Fight in me. Believe the thrust in me, fight.
I've been pulling double duty ever since Apollo left, but that's okay. I'm going to make Simon recognize me for the awesome lawyer that I am.
She's quaking in her boots.
Just go, Bridget. I can do it, and I will. Mr. Wright will be calling me his right-hand woman before you know it. Let's do this. That was a quick credits. They should have slowed it down.
Puggy, how dare you deliver my order in such a sorry state? Don't be bad, Slimy. Have just a huge waste of my shop. But it should still taste fine. Here. You great big pillock. I've lost my appetite because of you. It's too hard to find good help these days. Wouldn't you say, old chum? That trial the other day really inspired me. I've even created a regato routine based on Shisho's case. Some mystery is such as flipping the audience and sinking on his head. It's called a Seri Uhan Noodle. Don't give it away too much in this. Keeping the Tenino school going. It's our way of paying penance to repaying our debts to Shisho. And that includes Rakugo training to the kid. No, do not. Do not. With my newfound mobility. Even the ancient ruins of the fantasy shapes are no match for me. Fire. The arrival of Vaz's work is lighting me up with a dig. One day I'll discover an unknown ancient civilization and dedicate it to him. It'll also be a big dig on Karine soon. The private justice better not be slacking off.
She went to Karine, huh?
Well, she plans to.
Oh, go on. I'm going to be super busy now that I'm the head of the Fae Clan. Don't worry, Mystic Maya. I'll do whatever I can to help. Thanks, Pearly. Our first order of business will be the revolutionized Karine village. Oh, I have an idea. How about opening a store where we can buy new outfits like city girls wear? Well, look who's all grown up now, but I think there are a few more pressing matters to take care of first. Yeah, you're right. Guess it'll be a while before I get my revolutionary makeover. Mother, now that you have stopped being Nana, I want a new Nana.
I wonder how that would be anyone willing to serve you in that capacity. You are a handful, after all.
I am?
It's a simple way for your hand. You would have to change your entire meals and prepare with your toothbrush.
I think I put such undue burden upon you, your grand pieces of
Fear not, Rifa. You have plenty of time in which to make amends. Ho ho ho. Perhaps you could start with one of your famous shoulder rubs.
Hey.
Her benevolence has taken a calling to bird brain. Even worse, she trembles as the face turns when red appears. While it is true that I am merciless within the Hall of Justice, to be given such a dismissive name is an utter fault. What am I to do? Perhaps I shall consult Apollo about this. It's a great respectable lawyer in his own right. He even has his own practice called Justice Law Office. Because this would have been impossible. Oh, before I forget, I made a copy of this photo for you. Photo. Oh, is this Elisa? Photo of Jove?
No.
It is so good to see him again. Don't you think it's about time we told them the truth? After all, they've both grown into fine young people now. Yes, you're right. Perhaps it's about time they knew. They did not dangle that in front of us and not actually do it. They did not. I'm mad.
Oh my god.
Where's Ace Attorney 7? I need Ace Attorney 7 to clear that up right now.
Maybe they'll acknowledge it in the VLC case.
Hey, look, it's the girl's favorite scene.
Oh my lord. I like to say my performance as Peace, Love, and Understanding was underrated.
But we still got to see if there's any post-credit scenes.
Yep. I need to see more of Gale Tornado. Just kidding. Oh lord, there she is.
I love how you're saying that as she was on screen. I don't know if you did that on purpose.
Yeah. I did not do that on purpose. I was actually looking at the chat. You know, I really did like the seance mechanic, actually.
Yeah, it was a really cool mechanic.
Yep. Dear Mr. Right, I
can't really read that.
Already been 4 months. Dear Mr. Wright, I can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided to stay. I'm sorry I haven't been good about keeping in touch. Things have been really hectic. Rebuilding a legal system I'm not yet familiar with has been a real challenge. But I will say, it's given me plenty of work keeping me busy. Have you not given the autopsy report even a cursory glance, Mr. Justice? It's just I have 15 clients on my plate right now. Though I probably shouldn't have accepted all 15 at the same time. Good luck.
Oh, please. Are you going to help me rebuild Kurine's legal system or not? If you are, we need to move through this case backlog faster.
Yeah, I know, but...
Besides, those 15 are only the beginning. There are 10 more awaiting your services.
Oh my god, he needs help. Huh? I too have friends and acquaintances seeking legal representation. And being that you are the only lawyer in the country, I told him to contact you. I estimated only had about 16 clients to your caseload. Huh? Huh? Now wait just 1 minute. I have been handing out advertisements for your new office. They read. From legal advice to investigating extramarital affairs, even yak milking. For a limited time only, these services and more are free down on Justice Law. You're gonna kill this man.
Rafa, are you paying us? Because, like, we can't work for free.
He's gonna kill himself, man. I have already received requests from 380 new clients. I'm going to have to say something, aren't I?
And we all know that word. I trust you did your Cords of Steel exercises this morning. Well, go on. There is no need to hold it back.
Now that you mention it, we have yet to hear you shout today. Yes, and I have grown quite drowsy from these tedious proceedings. I could use a loud something to wake me up. Do not disappoint me, Hornhead. There's really only one thing to say at a time like this.
Ready for it? Oh, come
The
on.
word I said countless times in my career, but one I'll never tire of.
3, 2, 1.
Objection!
Guy has 400 cases or more on his plate.